What is going on, guys? Narcoleptic Nugget here, and I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while now, mostly to address some negative comments that I've seen on the topic of peeking in Rainbow Six Siege. And you know, since I make a series dedicated to teaching you guys how to peek, I feel it's appropriate to give my thoughts on the subject. That being said, I just have a few points as to why I feel peeking is a strategic part of the game and not really a cheap way to play. But you know, without just saying that and not backing it up, here are my thoughts. So first and foremost, I've said this before and I say this again, you know, feel free to use my videos on how to peek in a casual to practice or whatever. But as a Platinum 3 player myself, I do make videos intended for ranked play. Sure, you can go into a casual and pub stomp by finding out the spawn and ace peeking the team, and I say this not because the peek itself is OP or whatever, but because people in a casual have a hard enough time learning the controls that peeking them when they don't even know the whole game yet is like shooting fish in a barrel. So yeah, I would agree that constantly spawn peeking in a casual is a dick move, and I don't support that. But in ranked, especially with attackers having unique spawns, I say it's definitely fair game. The next point is that peeking is not unrealistic, and this is in response to some comments that I've received saying that, you know, the game wasn't meant for that, or, you know, the game was designed for defenders to stay in the building, etc, etc. And yeah, I understand where those comments are coming from, but on the other hand, is it really that far-fetched or unrealistic for people occupying a building to shoot out of the windows? I understand this is a game and realism is somewhat irrelevant, but seriously, part of the fun of playing video games nowadays is the immersion and feelings of realism, right? And since you're playing a shooter simulation, if defenders weren't allowed to look out windows, it would feel less realistic, you know? I'm all for making games more immersive, and I feel that taking away the ability from the defenders to look outside, among other things, would take away from that immersion. In continuation with that point, having defenders peek keeps attackers on their toes right from the spawn in, and personally, I like that. I feel that adds so much to the game. If, as an attacker, for the first 30 seconds of every game, you don't have to worry or even think about getting killed as you're running right beside a building full of people with guns, that just once again takes away from the intensity and immersion of the game. I like having to stay alert at all times because it keeps things fast-paced and intense. Which brings me to my last and most important point, which is that peeking greatly favors the attackers when they know it's coming. And this is a huge one, because like I said before, sure, in a casual you can peek and get tons of kills because people don't even know how to play the game yet. But when you get to a higher gold or especially plat diamond games, you really only peek 1 or 2 rounds a game and hope for maybe 1 kill. And at this level, having a 5v4 is huge and could change the whole outcome of the game. And that's when peeking really becomes evident as a skill. It's at these higher levels. That being said, as peeking becomes more and more prevalent, you will notice peekers dying more and more. And the reason for this is because when an attacker knows a peek is coming, they literally just have to be patient and cautious when they approach the building. And honestly, killing a peeker is an easy kill. Spawn peekers are confined to looking through a tiny hole for the most part, and so the attacker has no problem spraying the peek hole and picking up an easy kill. To support this further, attackers have the better guns. Lots and lots of rifles with ACOGs, all the way up to Glaz, who has a sniper rifle. And on the other hand, most defenders carry submachine guns or shotguns, with the exception of Jaeger with his rifle. But yeah, this gun advantage makes it that much easier for attackers to sit back and pick up easy kills if they expect a peek. That is why I constantly encourage in my tip videos not to peek every round. In regards to ranked, peeking will probably move you out of copper, bronze, or even silver pretty quick, and I believe that that's okay, because it is a skill. But once you get to gold, you will see that skill being challenged, and you will have to rely on other skills to be able to continue to progress through the ranks. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on peeking since I have received a lot of negative feedback, especially on the Reddit forums where many consider peeking cancerous play and shouldn't be supported. Although I disagree, what are your guys' thoughts? If you agree with me, let me know by hitting the like button down below, and if you don't, tell me in the comments, what's your point of view on peeking in Rainbow Six? Once again, thanks for watching guys, and good luck sieging.